5, 6, 7, 8. Hi, everybody. It's Tracy at Video Screw Success. My hat. I am notorious for having crooked hats. Oh, I wish my husband were here to fix it for me. I can't tell. For some weird reason, I cannot tell. Yeah, you know the kind of hair day you're having when you can't do your own hair. So you throw a hat on, and that is perfectly acceptable for live video, everybody. This is one of my favorite and oldest lids from Surfing SD, Surfing San Diego. But that's not why we're here today. We're talking today about how to be interesting on video, how to make your videos conversational, right? And this is not something, I can't teach you how to be interesting, but I can tell you that the way your videos are going to be interesting to other people may not be what you're focused on. What is going to make your videos interesting, what is going to make you engaging, what is going to have people lean in, listen, want to take action is when you have good content, when you have clarity, when you know what you're talking about. And so it's not and has nothing to do with your personality. That's not fair to say. It has something to do with your personalities, but I've talked about this before, right? There are three main people who come to me in video, or I have noticed on video. You have Chatty Cathy, who doesn't stop talking. She's actually not great on video. She's actually not engaging on video. Why? Because she can't stop talking about herself. She can't stop talking. And so that is the full definition of video vomit. So that doesn't make a good video, right? And then you have Paige the perfectionist, or we know now she's Patty perfectionist, right? And Patty is terrible because Patty will never let you get on camera. So you don't even know if you're going to be engaging because she's never going to let you get there. She's waiting for you to be perfect. Hey, Jocelyn, and you're never going to get there. And then we have Isabel, the introvert. And Isabel is actually my favorite because Isabel is actually going to rock her live. She's going to rock all of her videos if she's prepared. Hi, Heather. Heather. By the way, everybody, Heather sent me a lovely gift. It has more meaning than just the pineapple I'm not going to get into, but I've been wearing them all day. I love them. Thank you. And so it is not your personality. That is not what's going to make or break your videos. And your personality is something that will be developed once you practice, right? So how you create engaging videos, how you create interesting videos is you need to know a couple things. One, like, what is it you're talking about? And is that something your audience wants to listen to? So this is part of the problem with video is so many of you come to me and you tell me that the problem is you don't know how to do video. And what you mean by that is you don't know what equipment you should use or what you should say. And that is actually not the problem. The problem is you don't actually know what your audience wants from you. And so you don't know what to talk about. You do know what to talk about, but you don't know what they want you to be talking about. And so that is how you create an engaging video, is having an engaging script, having things that your audience, I love me some Tracy. Who is this? Is this my friend Jennifer Miller? Facebook user? It could be so many of you now. But anyway, so the thing you need to do is to plan. You need to do research. You need to understand your audience, right? Practice. There are so many elements to being good on video. And here's what I really need you to hear. And we're going to talk about this today is being prepared, but also, hi, Amy. Oh, I love me some Amy for sure. Oh, Amy, I won't digress. I was going to digress into an Amy story, but because Amy is my Isabel, the introvert, I am going to digress, right? Because Amy will tell you she is an introvert and Amy is awesome on camera, but she didn't start that way. And the reason Amy is awesome on camera is A, because she keeps showing up and has, right? But that is totally like prepared. Talk about not knowing her audience. If she was like not really wanting to show up, she'd suck at video, but she doesn't suck at video because she very clearly understands exactly what her audience wants and often researches, asks them what they want her to talk about, and then she does it. So I was just about to talk about the expectation gap. And so you have to be prepared, right? Your scripts, knowing what they're supposed to say, what actions you want people to take, what do you want people to feel from each of the videos? But you also have to be willing to be a beginner, right? So Amy showed up and was like, okay, I have all of this knowledge. I don't love being on camera, but I understand as an introvert that it's not about me, it's about them. And so again, that is why introverts are so great on camera, is because once you really and truly understand that it is not about you, and you do the research and you understand what it is your audience wants you to be talking about, that is how you make engaging videos. And if you've never seen a video of Amy, I will share one because she is so good. And the video I'm going to share is I interviewed her for somebody else, right? So she hopped on and did it. And it was amazing because, again, just the years of doing videos and saying like, hey, can you hop on with me? I want to interview. And she was like, yep. Right? Like no forethought, no like, oh my gosh, what am I going to talk about? And she was just like, yes, I'm going to do this, because she understands how powerful videos can be. And she wanted to help this person out. So again, when we talk about being engaging on camera or having engaging videos, I really need you to understand that clarity, practice, a plan, a script, those are first, right? And then I can talk to you, and I will talk to you about some things you can do while you're on camera to make them, or while you're scripting to make them more conversational, because I get it. When you're talking to no one, you're talking to your little green dot, it's hard to feel connected until you realize that your little green dot isn't a little green dot. You've done the audience of one work, and you're actually talking to that one person you know you can reach, and you know what they want from you, and you're going to help them move from here to here, because you have that clarity. You know what you're talking about, and you know that there's a transformation on the end of that. You all tuned in today because you want to know how to make more interesting videos. You want to be interesting. No one wants to be boring on video. Right? No one also wants, I watched a video, it's too much, right? There's too much shtick. I don't like shtick, as we all learned last week with Bridgerton, easy for me to say. I also don't like camp. But when I'm watching videos, I don't like too much kitsch. And listen, I'm an animated person, but I did not start this way. I am this way, but on video, I had to kind of find that person. And so again, you have to be willing to be a beginner. I just got off a strategy call for a private client, and I've said this a bazillion times in the last 2 weeks, just because it's starting to make me twitch when people buy a $37 course on how to learn how to do video. You can't learn how to do videos by watching videos. I am so psyched that you are all here. But what would make me more psyched is if you start making videos, and so I can give you feedback on those videos so you can get better at your videos. Right? There's a certain point. I was trying to be a hiding Helen. No, I love that Heather, I love you because you just keep coming up with different ones, right? There's no hiding Helen, because really that's Isabel the introvert. And also Heather learned who she was and wasn't, right, on camera. But there is no way, Heather, that you would have gotten better if you didn't show up. So that's what I mean. Like, you can learn the foundations of video, I guess, on watching a video, but you're not going to get better at video. You're not going to be able to reach your audience and make an impact with your audience by watching videos. The only way you're going to do that is by making videos, by coming into Video Playground or joining one of my courses and getting live feedback from me. So many of you say, I don't know what to say. I don't know, like the scripting is really important, especially for pre-recorded videos. And again, there are 6 videos I think that every online marketer has to have. And you have to nail these videos in order to be successful online. I'll be talking about that next week, right? Those are pre-recorded. Those are, they don't have to be, it can be your lives, but it has to be thought through. And this is the part that gets hard, right? Because I'm asking you, real Rhonda, they're just going to keep going, right? I'm asking you to do more work, but this is all work that you've been doing. If you're an online, if you're bringing your work online, these are things you need to think of. And so what happens when I talk about video vomit, when I talk about people who you're just putting content out for the sake of content, that is filler. That is not fuel. I want you to be going live. I want you to be creating videos. Fuel. It's fuel because it's going to help propel your audience from one place to the next place to the next place. When we talk about filler, it's all over the place. It's like bubbles. It's like bubbles, 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 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3, right? Like so when I put the little Cindy Brady picture, thank you, Jennifer Miller, for making me laugh there, right? You're not going to freeze on camera because you're going to keep getting on camera and doing it over and over and over again. You're not going to create the one great video and suddenly, right? Like there is no one great video, right? But if you don't start your video journey today, you're not going to get better, right? There is no video osmosis. You're not going to go to bed after watching this fabulous live and then wake up tomorrow morning and be like, I am great at video. I have infused Tracy's knowledge. I know exactly what to say. No, it takes some planning. Now, you may wake up tomorrow morning and feel inspired, and that's what I want. I want to inspire you. Last week, I was thrilled as a peach because Matt was on here. Matt was feeling a little like, I don't know what I want to do. And just heard a few magic words and was like, okay, I'm doing it. And then recorded a video and then recorded another video, right? He can't have my feedback though if he's not recording videos. I can't give you feedback on ideas of videos, right? Do you think this is a good idea? I don't know. Show me a video and I'll let you know if it's a good idea or not. Do you know if it's a good idea? Because it shouldn't be a video unless you know that your audience wants you to be doing those videos. Hi, Sarah. I feel like I talk too much up front. It says Facebook user. I'm not sure. Do you watch replays and give feedback? Do you mean replays? So if you're in Video Playground, you can post a video and I'll give you a little feedback. Now, listen, if you go live for 11 minutes, I'm going to watch a minute of it because in a minute, I can give you a lot of feedback. So I don't mind if people are posting videos as long as they're also like not self-promotional, sign up for my things. There are people who have permission to go live or do videos inside of Video Playground, and I've given them permission and actually encouraged them to do it because I think the community needs what they have. If you do not have that permission from me, don't send people to an opt-in page or anything like that. But if you want to practice doing a live, something informational, or you want to upload maybe an opt-in video or something that you've done, I don't mind giving some feedback, but I'm not going to, I usually don't watch past a minute to 2 minutes because by then I can tell you exactly what you need to know to make it better. So is that what you're asking? Again, Tracy says, says Facebook user. So yeah, I'm not also like, you can't tag me on your page or your group or invite me to your group to go watch something. I'm not going to go do that. You can hire me to do those things, but that's not something in Video Playground that I'm just going to do for free. So I feel like I talk too much up front means that you have not structured your videos, right? Like, so if you're talking too much up front, you don't know what you're doing as far as like, there's no point of that video. So I would ask you, why? Why are you talking too much up front? Because even if you're going live, I mean, like I have notes, I have a very specific structure about how this live is going to go today, and it is going that way. Do I digress and talk to the group? Yes, I do, because it's a live video. Would I do that on a pre-recorded? Hell no, right? Because that's a different type of video. So if you are talking too much up front, you're nervous, but you're nervous because you don't know what you're talking about. And what I don't mean you don't know what you're talking about. I keep saying it's the wrong phrasing, but you don't know, you haven't scripted or you haven't thought through, you're not clear on what you're going to say. So you're letting your nerves take over and you're talking too much is what I'm guessing happens. I love in Live Video Launchpad because one of the things we do in there is we practice like going on each other's lives to throw you off, because that's something else. Sometimes people go live and someone will pop on and ask them something, or they see it and they get distracted. And like, wouldn't you rather do that in the safety of a private group than going live or doing videos and suddenly you don't know how to react to something, right? So video is such a foundational piece, and it really is a foundational piece, I think, to everything, because the clarity you get from thinking through your videos adds so much clarity to the rest of your marketing. Right? Because you're being vulnerable. You're putting yourself out there with video. Yes, but you have to, because if nobody knows who you are, nobody can buy from you. If they don't know you exist, how are they supposed to buy something from you? Right? And so what I love about video is, it's the foundations of marketing, the know, like, and trust, right? And I've said it before, people aren't buying your program. They're not buying your thing. They're not buying your tchotchke or your widget. They're not buying your coaching or your group coaching or whatever it is, your membership. What they are buying, and you can all answer with me, they're buying you. And if they don't know who you are, or you're showing up on camera and you're talking too much because you haven't thought through what you want them to do next, what do you want them to get from that video, that is a problem, right? So I don't want to scare you even more away from video. You have to be doing video. If you want to have a business in 2021, you have to have videos. Now, there are 6 kind of pre-recorded videos I think you need as an online business owner. And then there's live video, which is the live video component is so important, because that's how you get good at video. Right, Sarah Jane? Right, Heather? Right, Jennifer Miller? Right? Right, Amy? So live video launch was a game changer, right? Doing lives then created a private community. In a month, you have 150 people going live 2 or 3 times a week. And that's incredible. Right. And I often talk about Heather's story with live video, because Heather comes from a very corporate background. And what she's doing is very not corporate. But who showed up on camera first was corporate Kathy. You like what I did there, Heather? Right? Like, corporate Kathy needed to be very polished and very put together and very poised. But Heather, the energy worker, the amazing person who can shift your life, basically, does not need to be poised. She needs to learn about you and help you. And like, it's unctuous, it's emphatic, right? And so that is who we found on camera. But if she had just given up after I was like, it's not really feeling it like you, well, how are people supposed to find her? How are we supposed to engage her? How are they supposed to join her group and find out that she is the bee's knees, right? Yeah, Sarah Jane said it's so helpful to practice a group. And this is, again, the magic of live video. By the way, it's not open. There's a wait list. If you want to be on the wait list for Live Video Launchpad, the doors open at the end of February. So you have to wait a little bit. But I can tell you from all these ladies who are here, it's worth the wait. And once you go through Live Video Launchpad, you have the opportunity for free to go through every single time. So all of these ladies and a few mindful men are waiting for that next round to start so they can keep doing it. Because again, it's a muscle that you have to build. It's not something you inherently wake up with. And again and again and again, I tell the stories of, I have been on big productions where we have hired actors, right? The actors don't show up. It's their job to be good on camera. We are paying them to do it, right? So I want you to think about this as your job, because actors don't wake up fabulous actors. They work at their craft. And you have to work at getting good at video. Now, you can take it 2 different ways. You can do videos until you're good at it. You can do videos until you start to love it. And what happens in Live Video Launchpad is a couple things. First of all, people realize it's not as hard as they thought it was going to be. And then it kind of becomes their preferred mode of communication, because there is a lot less prep for a live video than a pre-recorded video. Jocelyn said, do it. Yeah, it's not open yet. They can't do it yet. But truly, when we're talking about creating videos that your audience want to watch, talk about being interesting on camera, again, it's not your personality that's interesting. It's the information that you're bringing. And what you're offering is a transformation. And what you want people to do is feel something so that they do something. It's that simple, right? Again, I know last week's live was great because it not just motivated a lot of you to comment, it motivated some of you to even just do the videos that you've been kind of putting on hold. It wasn't just mad. I got emails of like, thank you. I just needed to hear that. Even in the group, they were saying like, okay, I just needed to hear, I need to get going again. I am happy to be your virtual online cheerleader, right, from the side, but you have to do the work. Kathy Spooner, so happy you're here. Woohoo, watching live on YouTube. Yes, and Kathy, another lovely person who just needed a kick of motivation, a little kick in the arse, right, to get going, because that's what it takes. We had a little meeting last week, right? She did a deep dive. We chatted. She came up with some stuff. I wake up, it's 5 o'clock in the morning, and in her Google Doc, she's like, blah, blah, look what came about, because we were talking about it, because we were right, like, because she got the juices flowing. She didn't wake up and go, I'm going to be perfect on video now, but she had ideas. And we were talking through like the customer journey. What do they need to see, right? What is the information interesting is only to me, but it's not. And you know that. And so, Kathy, it's interesting. You're here also, Amy Flaherty here, both play therapy type things, very different niches. But again, Kathy, I heard from you, but I originally heard from Amy, and that is that you geek out on the neuroscience, and that's good. As long as you know how to weave in the neuroscience in a way that brings them from A to B. And what is A and what is B, right? So yeah, so in Kathy, again, it's hilarious because you come in going, I don't know, and the video seems hard. It's only hard in here because once you start doing it, once you start doing the videos, then you get better and better and better. And it gets easier and easier and easier. And so, like I said, the interesting part, how you get, interesting on your videos is by practicing and by making videos, not by watching me and hoping that somehow magically through the interwebs, Tracy's video energy will enter into you. Although I am wearing my special, maybe it will, it won't. Right? I can inspire you to take action, but I cannot take the action for you. I can help you. I can give you feedback. Priceless, right? Like I'll give you feedback and you keep getting better. I can be more interesting on paper, and live is harder, but then just take what it is on paper and make that into a live. So Kathy, what I keep hearing is an excuse. We know each other now well enough for me to call you on it, because you do know what is interesting and you do know what to talk about. You're just not. You're overthinking it. And we all know who that really is. Perfectionist Patty. I had the best call last week with somebody who took the homepage video workshop. Adore her, Robin. And she's like, I didn't just tell Perfectionist Patty to suck it. I locked her in the closet. And I burst out laughing because I was like writing that down. Locked her in the closet because she had to take action. She showed up for her little 45-minute, if you took the homepage video workshop, I offered a special deal for a 45-minute session to go back over your script. She didn't just come with her script. She had also recorded a video so I could look at the video footage, so I could give her feedback on the footage. We went into her editing system so I could teach her, right? Like, it's all possible. It's all available at your fingertips, but you have to be making videos. I can't give you feedback on ideas. I can't. Like, every idea is a great idea as long as your audience wants to hear it, right? Like, there you go. So tell Perfectionist Patty to suck it, Kathy. Put her in a closet just like Robin did. Now, once you're on video, right? I got a little bit on my soapbox today. And I do want to talk about, don't let me leave without talking about my lighting, because I would never in a million years tell you to wear a baseball hat while you're doing a live or any video, because it puts a really bad shadow generally right over your entire face. However, if you light for it, you can do it. Some of us have no use of our right arm and have not for the last 6 days. 6 days. And so I can't do my hair. So I have to wear a hat. So if you see me in a lot of hats for the next, week or so, it's going to happen. So what I do though, if you have the light, the newer ring light that I suggest, not only does it go up and down and swivels, but you can swivel it back. So I have it a little lower and swiveled back. So the light is actually coming up and underneath. So it's lighting underneath where it would generally be. If I put my light where it should be, my face would have been in complete darkness. I'm completely going off the crazy rails today and talking about this, but I thought it was an important little lighting lesson for you. There you go. So now you're on, you know what you're going to talk about, and you all know that you know what you can talk about, right? So here are some engaging things you can do if you have a basic script and you want to verbally, like you want to make it more interesting. I'll get there, Heather. So connection comes from being real, from being human. So a lot of times what I see is a lot of you, and I started this way too, you're professionals and you want to be perceived as a professional. So a lot of how your writing is very formal, and then you turn that into a video and it's way too formal. And you're like, gosh, it sounds stilted and I don't sound interesting. This is why you're not using contractions or real language. And so in a conversation, one of the things that I really had to embrace is like, I don't have to be perfectly perfect in every perfectionist way, where like I can be real, I can wear a hat, I can talk about other things, I can swear, I can, right? Like, so those are the things, keep the geek speak down. Now you can geek out on neuroscience, but keep the geek speak, meaning I would, if I'm talking about a tripod, call it a tripod. Because on set, we call it sticks. If I start talking to you about sticks, you think I'm collecting for a fire or something like that. That's what I mean by geek speak, or cans for earphones or something like, where like you have to be careful what is language of your own industry and not get mired down in that. That's how you keep it interesting. The other thing is swear. I like to say swear like a 20-year-old driving on the Jersey Turnpike, right? Like, now, you don't have to overswear, but if you are a person who emphatically swears, then emphatically swear. If you find yourself filtering your language, the way you speak, the way you show up, you are actually showing up as you think you want other people to show up. And that's going to be a problem because your videos are never going to feel like you because they're not you. They're a version of you that you are marketing for your people, and your people will see through that BS like nothing you've ever seen. I can watch people's videos. It's why I don't like shtick, because yes, I did an ad where I was dancing, but I was me, right? I was being silly and I was being me. I've seen ones where people are have you seen that? Where like, it just feels phony or false or fake. It's because they're trying. I think what bothers me about TikTok and Reels is suddenly the people who don't naturally dance or point to stuff, you're like, oh, yeah, don't, right? Like, I'm not even sure I can pull that off. That's why they're uncomfortable to watch for some of us, because people are trying to be something that they're not. So when you're on video, when you're trying, like, be interesting by being you. Now, when we talk about that's verbal connection, when we talk about making, I'm going to call it a spatial connection, one of the most important things you can do is connect with your green dot. Make eye contact. If we were having a conversation, and this is why the spatial is so important, there's a couple things. One, you would look me in the eye and chat with me. If you didn't, I'd be like, hello, Shady Sharon, what are you hiding? Right? So don't be darting around. Now, I look at my notes all the time. I look at the comments all the time, right? It looks so phony and it makes me feel uncomfortable. I'm sure it does you too, Heather, right? So make a connection by looking. Now, again, lives, you have a lot more freedom. You can look down at your notes and say you're looking down at your notes. Right? Every one of you knows when I go like this, I'm looking at my notes. When I go like this, I'm looking at my comments, right? And that's fine. So when we talk about spatial, very important to connect with your eye line, with where your camera is. And you can basically find out where that is when your finger hits it. That's where you should be looking, right? The other is really your framing and use of gestures. Oh, my pineapple hit the desk. So the framing, and what I mean by that is, yes, we talk about being in the middle and you want to fill the space. Video is a close-up medium. If we were in person and it was not COVID, if I knew you and you were like, hey, Tracy, and started talking to me from like 6 feet away, I'd be like, why is she being so weird? That's weird. We should be having a conversation up close. You are having a conversation. You're creating a connection with your person on video. So don't like go way back, or I see people in a chair will lean back. That is saying, I'm not interested. I see interviews and I watch body language, and you watch interviews happening. Someone's interviewing and someone's leaning back in their chair. Even if they're just trying to be comfy, they seem very disinterested, right? And so if you think about how you're showing up in like engaging your people, close up, be close up, make a connection, and then use, if you talk with your hands, as I do, I talk with my eyebrows, right? Like lean in when you have something important. But these are all things, those are the basics of the videos. Those are the things you can practice once you know what you're going to talk about. But truly, the way you make interesting videos, the way you make connection through video is by knowing what you're going to talk about, knowing it's something that your audience wants to watch, and then practicing and showing up and asking for feedback. Like I said, joining my courses. Live Video Launchpad is it's like feedback central, right? For 10 days, you have me, all of me. My family doesn't even have me through those 10 days. And I am in there and I am giving feedback, right? All of my courses are designed with me, right? Because I am the magic sauce that can help you move forward. I don't have standalone courses where you watch videos and learn video, because I don't think that's an effective way to teach video. You have to suck at it and then get a little better, and then suck a little less and get a little better. Again, my expectation gap of, right, you're starting here, but you can get here very quickly. You just have to take action. So be willing to suck. Who cares? Right? Again, and I'm just going to end on this. Nobody will buy from you. Nobody is going to hop on a strategy call with you if they don't know who you are. If they don't know you, if they can't find you, if you're not showing up and being visible, then you're not going to grow your online business. And what I want you to do is to be able to use video to grow your online business. So let's do it together. I will take questions. If you're watching on replay, let me know. I will tell you, so my arm, it's not actually my arm, it's my my right clavicle. I have some sort of degenerative clavicular something, but it is alarmingly painful, and my range of motion, well, that was about it. I can bend at my elbow and bring my hand up, but I cannot bring my arm up. It will get better. It'll be fine. It threw me for a big old loop last week, but so it has been a lovely lesson on allowing others to do for me, which is apparently the universe's way of telling me to sit the F down and take it easy and let my family do things for me. I don't have to do everything. See, there's a lesson in everything, and that's the one I'm doing today. So I love that you all showed up. I love the engagement. I thrive on the live engagement. I am here for you, but you also have to take a step towards me, right? Like I said, I can't validate your video ideas, but I can give you feedback on actual videos. So come work with me. Let me help you. The energy of receiving, right? Daryl, definitely, yes. So come on down. You're all here. You're all willing. You're showing up. You keep showing up week after week. But again, I love that you show up. But what I would really love is if it's motivating you to take action. That would be my favorite thing. So come on and motivate. Next week, we're going to be talking about, I keep hinting about those 6 videos I think that every online entrepreneur should have in order to run a successful online business. And I'm going to be talking and working through those with you Next week, Kathy said, I think the hardest part of the initial learning curve is not freezing when I hit the go live button and also knowing what my audience wants. But we're working through those, right? If your orthopedic nurse is here for you, oh, yay! I want drugs. No, I'm just kidding. You know I don't. That was just a joke. But yes, Kathy, you do know what to talk about. Again, every time when you come on and you tell me, but, it's not, just do it. Just keep doing it over and over and you will find your flow. You will find your flow and your audience will tell you what they do and do not want. Listen, every live I've done is not a winner. There are topics I work through a customer journey and I'm like, oh yes, and this is what they would need to know. And you're all like, nah, right? Like, but I tune in and I listen to that and I'm like, well, they want more of this. So allow your audience to also help you define what it is you're going to be talking about. But again, if you don't have an end goal in mind, if you don't know what your actual goal for showing up on video is, start there. Because then you're always going to be just kind of whirling around, right? Like, are you growing your list? Are you making an offer? Do you have an ebook? What is it that you want people to take action on? And again, Kathy, thank you for taking that as it's meant, that is with love. Again, the only time you're going to make money online is when you make an offer. I love selling. I really do. I love selling. But why do I love selling? Because it's me. It's my stuff. If you handed me something that I didn't feel good about or didn't have integrity or it wasn't something I believed in, I would suck at selling. But you're all going to be amazing because it's something you believe in. But you need to also believe in yourself. You have to believe that video is just that one other thing that you need to, you're going to get good at it as long as you decide that you're going to get good at it. I mean, wouldn't it be great to just for 2021, as I said, it's totally not going to be the year of the ox. It's the year of the video. So I want you with me to just say, I am going to do it. I'm going to do it. That's it. And then just do it. It's a Nike commercial, everybody. Anyway, I will see you all next week. Again, if you're watching on the replay or you have questions, I'm here. I'll see ya.